In 1932, a Detroit auto worker fed his family of 7 on 12 cents a day, and a single potato was the secret weapon that made it possible. Number 9 on this list was so genius that government economists studied it in 1934 just to understand how poor families were surviving at all. And number 1, it fed more Americans through the Great Depression than every soup kitchen in the country combined. Yet most people under 50 have never even tasted it. Right now, let us count down the 25 genius Depression-era poor man's meals that stretched a single potato into dinner. Number 25, potato peel broth. Before you laugh, understand this. In 1933, a potato cost about 2 cents, and the peels were considered the most valuable part of it by women who had been hungry long enough to know better. Your great-grandmother would scrub the potatoes hard with a stiff brush, peel them thick, and drop those peels straight into a pot of water with an onion skin, a bay leaf if she had one, and whatever scrap of bone was lurking in the icebox. She simmered it for an hour. The broth came out golden, mineral-rich, and surprisingly meaty in flavor because potato skins are loaded with potassium, iron, and starch that thickens water into something that actually tasted like soup. Strained over a slice of stale bread, this was supper on Thursday nights when payday was still 2 days away. Modern nutritionists now confirm that most of a potato's nutrients live in the skin. The women who made this knew it without ever reading a single study. Number 24, fried potato sandwich. This is the meal that fed steel workers in Pittsburgh and coal miners in Pennsylvania on shifts where the lunch pail held nothing else. A single potato, sliced thin as a coin, fried in a cast iron skillet with bacon grease until each slice turned crisp at the edges and translucent in the middle. Then, those golden discs got piled 3 high between 2 slices of white bread, salted heavily, and pressed down hard until the bread soaked up every bit of the rendered fat. That was lunch. That was sometimes dinner. The whole thing cost about 4 cents to make in 1934, and it carried a grown man through 10 hours of physical labor. The bread softened against the hot potatoes, the fat made everything taste like meat, and the salt told your body it had eaten something real. Children ate them after school. Fathers ate them at midnight when they came home from second shift. Nobody talked about it being poor food. It was just food. Number 23, Hoover stew with potato. Named bitterly after the president who watched the country starve, Hoover stew was the meal that kept families alive in shantytowns across the country between 1930 and 1934. The recipe shifted with what was available, but the bones of it were always the same. 1 potato, diced small, a handful of dried beans soaked overnight, a can of stewed tomatoes if you could afford it, and whatever vegetable scraps had not yet rotted. It all went into a single pot of water and simmered until the potato broke down and thickened the broth into something close to gravy. Some women added a few slices of hot dog when their husband finally got paid. A pack of Franks ran about 12 cents and could stretch through 3 pots. The whole stew cost maybe 15 cents and fed 5 people for 2 nights. It was not romantic. It was not Sunday food. But it was hot. It was filling. And it carried a generation through the worst economic catastrophe this country has ever seen.